Hello there you guys, welcome to one of my videos. Juventus have no plans to re-sign Paul Pogba next summer when his current contract expires. So that's a boost for Manchester United. Now last week, Paul Pogba's agent Mino Raiola suggested that Paul Pogba could return to Juventus from Man United on a free next summer. Mino Raiola did mention that Turin is still in Paul Pogba's heart. Pogba endured 4 good years with Juventus before he rejoined Manchester United. Now the other week, Paul Pogba's brother Matthias Pogba said that Paul Pogba has not yet decided on his future, and he said his contract situation is up in the air. The Daily Express said yesterday that Man United are reportedly set to make Paul Pogba the highest paid Premier League player of all time by offering a new long-term deal which would see him earn around £400,000 a week. Before the start of this season, Pogba rejected a new Man United contract. Earlier on this season, it said that Pogba is very likely to leave Man United on a free next summer. A few weeks ago, Defensa Central said that Pogba favours a switch to Real Madrid over the PSG deal. Real Madrid have been relentlessly linked with Pogba. A couple of years ago, Pogba spoke about Real Madrid and his relationship with Zinedine Zidane, and Pogba came out and said that he's seeking for a new challenge. Earlier on this season, it said PSG are pushing to sign Pogba next summer. And it did say Pogba's set to join PSG on a free. Back in August, it said PSG were prepared to offer Pogba £510,000 a week in wages to prize him away from Man United. They couldn't get him in this year's summer transfer window PSG because they got Lionel Messi. But I want Paul Pogba to stay. Pogba has enjoyed a very good start to the Premier League season. He's already got 7 assists. He produced good performances for Man United in the last couple of months of last season, but at one point last season he was out with a thigh injury. He's also sustained some ankle injuries at Man United. Pogba's agent Mino Raiola though has done a lot of talking. He made an announcement back in December last year regarding Pogba. He said Pogba's career at Man United was over. He said he was unhappy and he had to leave, and he had no intentions of extending his contract. This season is Pogba's 6th season at Man United since he rejoined. He's won 3 trophies at the club so far. That's the Europa League, the League Cup and the FA Cup. We paid $89 million for him, so reflecting on that, he's our most expensive signing at the moment. We had Pogba when he was a lot younger under the Ferguson era, but had to let him go due to limited appearances. Now, want to give you some news on Donny van de Beek. Donny van de Beek to leave Manchester United. There's many clubs that are in for him. Inter Milan are one of them. Don't forget Solskjaer rejected Donny van de Beek's exit because it did say that Everton were close to signing him on loan. Van der Beek doesn't get given enough game time at Manchester United. Will he start tomorrow night against West Ham in the EFL Cup third round? He didn't play any part against West Ham in the league on Sunday. He started against Young Boys in the Champions League last week, but he got taken off at half-time. And I criticised Solskjaer for taking Van der Beek off at half-time in the game against Young Boys because Van der Beek was our best player in that first half against Young Boys. Don Hutchinson has told Donny van der Beek that he must leave Manchester United to save his career. Not so long ago, Paul Ince said that Donny van der Beek has absolutely no chance of staying at Manchester United. The other week, Solskjaer did say that Donny van der Beek has been working hard to get into the team. And Solskjaer did mention that he's prepared to play Van der Beek in a two-man midfield. And Solskjaer hints at a new role for Van der Beek this term. Well, the other week, Van der Beek told Ole Gunnar Solskjaer his best position. Van der Beek reckons he will be best served operating as a number 6 or as a number 8. And the other week, Van der Beek spoke about his Man United future in an exclusive interview with Rio Ferdinand. And Van der Beek's agent has done a lot of talking in recent weeks. But this season is Van der Beek's second full season. He's a good player, but I haven't really had much of a perception on him at Man United. We got him for £40 million. He's got a contract with Man United till 2025 and he's versatile. He can play in 3 different roles. Now, over the weekend, it said Solskjaer is willing to sell up to 7 players in January. That's including Martial and Van der Beek. I think we definitely need to sell Anthony Martial because Martial is not good enough to represent the club. Don't forget Martial rejected the chance to join Lyon on loan on deadline day, but before the start of this season it said Solskjaer refuses to sell Anthony Martial as he remains part of his plans. Last season Martial was out with a knee injury for a while. Martial has been at Man United for like 6 years or so. He's got 3 years left on his contract. He's scored 78 goals for us in all competitions, and we got Martial in a deal worth 58 million from Monaco back in 2015. I think Martial will be in contention to play tomorrow night against West Ham in the Cup. Jesse Lingard could be going in January. Don't forget Jesse Lingard scored the winning goal against West Ham on Sunday, and what a goal it was as well. Lingard was reuniting with West Ham, and when Lingard came off the bench he got a good reception from the West Ham supporters because last season Lingard enjoyed a 4-month loan spell with West Ham and he made an impact. Well, prior to the game on Sunday, Solskjaer said that Lingard will be a Man United player next season. He said he's read through and through. We are actually looking to extend his contract. Lingard's current contract at Man United expires next year. The other week, Jesse Lingard rejected a new Man United contract offer over playing time concerns, despite him being in the last year of his deal. Lingard has been part of the club for a long time. Jones, there's a good chance that we're going to offload him in January. Jones doesn't get in our team and he's always been inconsistent. It said when the summer transfer window was open that Phil Jones is set to stay at Man United this season after Solskjaer told him he remains part of his plans. Jones is the only outfield player that's still with us from the Ferguson era. He's endured 10 years at Man United and this season is his 11th season. We got him from Blackburn under the Alex Ferguson era. Eric Bailly, there's a good chance he's going to leave in January. I think we should keep Bailly though as a backup. So if Varane or Maguire get injured, then Bailly is the plan B. There's other centre halves, but like I said, I prefer Bailly ahead of Lindelof and obviously Phil Jones. And Diego Dalot, there's a good chance he's going to leave in January. Dalot is our backup right back to Wan-Bissaka. I think Dalot's going to be in contention to play in the game against West Ham tomorrow. To Dalot's credit, he did well in pre-season before the start of this season. Last season, Dalot had a loan spell with AC Milan, so he gained some experience. We got Dalot 3 years ago from Porto. We got him for 19 million. He's got a contract with Man United till 2023. And Alex Telles, there's a good chance he'll leave in January because Telles doesn't get in our team. He's actually been out with injury for a while. We got Telles for 15.4 million from Porto last year. He's played some games but not many. The reason we brought him in though was to provide competition for Luke Shaw. So, there you go. Manchester United have enjoyed a very good start to the Premier League season. We've won 4 games out of 5 in the Premier League. We are joint top with Chelsea and Liverpool. And I said I'm expecting Man United to enjoy a very good season because we have got a title winning squad, so the time for excuses is over. A few weeks ago now, Solskjaer told his Man United squad that it's better than the 1999 treble winning team that Ole was part of. Solskjaer's ambition for this season is to win the Premier League. What a remarkable achievement it would be if Solskjaer was to win the Premier League this season. We haven't won the Premier League since 2013, which is 8 years ago now. Solskjaer has not yet won a trophy as Manchester United manager. We haven't won a trophy since 2017. If Solskjaer doesn't win a trophy this season, I think there's a very good chance he'll get sacked or he'll be under a lot of pressure if he doesn't get sacked. Solskjaer said during the weekend we must leave a legacy of silverware. What? Sent you what? What? What?
Bridgewater Arms Cardigan Fields recruitment days here. Join us before 8:45 p.m.
When?
Today.
8:45.
Join us before 8:45 and get an interview with the lovely manager.
Doing what?
Don't know. It's Bridgewater Arms. Cardigan Fields.
Whereabouts is it? Whereabouts is it?
What?
Whereabouts is it?
It's where we went that time. Bridgewater Arms, Cardigan Fields, Nate. What is it? Cinema down there.
Oh, right. Sorry about that, I was just talking. Anyway, yeah, like I said, this is Solskjaer's 3rd full season as Man United manager, and I said this is going to be a big season for him. He's managed over 150 games as Man United manager in all competitions. Before the start of this season, he signed a new contract with the club until 2024. There's also an option of a further year. I think we did make a mistake giving him that new contract because I don't think he'll see out the contract. Ole is not the long-term manager for Man United, and I think a lot of United fans will agree with me on that aspect. Reflecting how long Solskjaer has been at Man United though, he's gained some managerial experience and he's learned quite a bit on the job, but there's still plenty of things he's got to learn because he's still a young coach. Solskjaer's been in charge of Manchester United for almost 3 years now. He would have been in charge for 3 years in December. My two biggest concerns about Solskjaer is that he hasn't got a proven pedigree as a manager. Obviously before he was with us he was at Molde. He won a few Norwegian titles at Molde, but they're not a big club. He enjoyed 2 spells at Molde. And before then he was at Cardiff, and his record at Cardiff was terrible. The reason he got sacked from Cardiff is because he ended up getting them relegated. Only enjoyed a short tenure with them. And my other big concern about Ole is his decision making, because analysing the vast majority of the games he's managed at Man United, he's been tactically naive. But there again, there's been some games where he's showed tactical flexibility, but he's got to do that persistently. So they are my concerns. I have criticised Solskjaer a lot during his managerial tenure at Man United, and I've had my reasons behind it. But, I think Solskjaer has done a good job to say the current squad he was left with when he got appointed in as Man United manager, because he was inheriting a lot of deadwood and he's still inheriting some deadwood now. I didn't expect Ole to do as well as he has done, so in that aspect I'm very, very shocked. Ole has brought consistency back to Man United. Solskjaer has a lot of trustworthy in his young players. He's more or less giving everybody their chances to express themselves, including the young players, like he showed he would do when he got appointed in as Man United manager. Solskjaer has made good signings as Manchester United manager. Solskjaer has signed 14 players. We spent like 441 million under the Solskjaer era. Also got rid of a lot of players since he's coming. He's got rid of a lot of players permanently. He's loaned quite a few players out. Progress has been made under Solskjaer because he has got us to semi-finals. He got us to 3 semi-finals in his first full season. Got us to the EFL Cup semi-final last season. He got us to the Europa League final last season. That final last season was his first major final as Man United manager. I was disappointed that we lost the final. And he got us to the FA Cup quarter-final last season, so there you go. And got us a second place finish last season, and in his first full season he got us a third place finish. And we have extended a lot of players' contracts under Ole, which is good. A few weeks ago, Solskjaer did mention he wants new contracts for 5 players. That's Fernandes, Paul Pogba, Marcus Rashford, Luke Shaw and Harry Maguire. And Solskjaer is our best manager since Ferguson. So a lot of things I've got to credit him for. Solskjaer is our 4th permanent manager since Ferguson. Obviously since Ferguson we sacked David Moyes after 10 months. Moyes is the worst manager we've ever had. We finished 7th under the David Moyes era. That's the lowest we've finished in the Premier League era. Moyes should have never been Man United manager. Ferguson was at fault for recommending him in at that time. We sacked Louis van Gaal after 2 years. We won the FA Cup under him. And we sacked Jose Mourinho after 2.5 years. Despite him winning the Europa League, the League Cup and the Community Shield in his first season, also got us a 2nd place finish in his first season. So you can say Mourinho did enjoy one good season at Man United. But I already give you the reasons why it didn't work out under Mourinho is because he had bad disputes with the board, bad disputes with the top players. And in general, the board weren't backing the signings that I wanted to recommend in. Obviously, we haven't been the same team since Ferguson. Obviously, a lot of United fans predicted it was all going to go wrong when Ferguson retired, which obviously it has done. No one will replicate what Ferguson did. Ferguson enjoyed a 27-year tenure at Man United. He won 30-odd trophies, including 13 Premier League titles. So, reflecting on that, he brought success to the club. Fergie didn't settle in straight away, though, because he didn't win out in his first 4 years at Man United. So that just indicates it takes some managers time to settle in. Because before Ferguson we weren't good, were we? Weren't that good under Ron Atkinson. We weren't good under Franco Farrell. We got relegated under Franco Farrell back in 1974, which is 40 odd years ago now. And we weren't that good under Wilf McGuinness. I think Wilf McGuinness enjoyed an 18-month tenure at Man United, and at one point we had Matt Busby. I think our squad is worth like 805 million. I think it's like the third most expensive squad in world football behind PSG and Man City. We must have brought a good 43, 44 players in since Ferguson retired. But Man United enjoyed a very good summer transfer window this year. Obviously, we made 4 signings. We brought Tom Eaton in on a free from Villa, brought Jadon Sancho in from Dortmund, brought Varane in from Real Madrid, and re-signed Ronaldo after 12 years. In this year's summer transfer window, we spent around £141 million. In this year's summer transfer window, Solskjaer did receive the backing he deserved. Obviously, our owners, the Glazers, backed him only because they'd been persuaded to, because towards the end of last season a lot of United fans protested against the Glazers at Old Trafford, because obviously the Glazers were planning to scrap the Champions League for that European Super League, but Solskjaer did reveal that the Glazers apologised. The reason the Glazers have been one of the biggest issues at the club for a long time is because they've put Man United in so much debt. Well, they've been with us since 2005, so they've been with us for 16 years or so now. They bought the club for 500 million back in 2005. John Murtaugh backed Ollie, and John Murtaugh is our director of football, and we certainly made the right decision getting a director of football in, because I did mention that's one of the structural changes we needed at the club. Dan and Fletcher also backed Ollie, and we certainly made the right decision recommending Darren Fletcher back in. Darren Fletcher knows the club through thick and thin. He enjoyed 2 decades as a player for Man United. So, there you go. On my next video, I will be giving you my predictions for the Man United West Ham game in the EFL Cup 3rd round. So anyway guys, that's everything to update for today. Drop your comments, likes below on the channel. If you do, consider subscribe as always, and take care. God bless. See you all again very soon.